What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I've got another Digimon deck to show you. It's a green Digimon deck. We've not looked at a green Digimon deck so far, so I thought, that sounds like a sensible thing to do. Now, I believe it is actually one of the decks that has been used by the fellows on the official YouTube channel. Claims it is definitely strong, so I think we should probably take a little bit of a look. It is an entirely green deck, it is a mono deck, and if we start off with the Digitama, they've done what the other dude did. 4 of one Digitama, 1 of another. Now, as it happens, they've chosen to go for 4 copies of Fremon. If your opponent has 2 or more rested Digimon, the Digimon that has evolved from this gets an extra 2,000 power. Now, green has all kind of ways to rest your opponent's Digimon, but one of the things to remember here is that if your opponent attacks, their Digimon are going to be resting, so a lot of the time this is just going to activate normally. 4 of those as your main Digitama, but 1 copy of Tanamon. If you evolved a Digimon during this turn, the Digimon that evolved from Tanamon gets an extra 1,000 power. It's an extra 1,000 rather than 2,000, and I honestly don't think it's going to be that much more difficult to pull off. I actually think the 2,000 might be easier to pull off, unless your opponent just doesn't have Digimon down. And if your opponent just doesn't have Digimon down, why do we care? I still go to I think a lot of the time I'd rather just have 4 Digitama. You can have 5 total, but only 4 of any one. I think I'd rather go for 4 generally, but something to bear in mind. Now, moving over into level 3s, we've actually got a few different options. One of the ones we've got here is Ogre Mom. And Ogre Mom is a vanilla card, and it's the kind of vanilla card we've seen in all the colours. 2 cost to play normally, 0 cost to evolve, 3,000 power. Now, bearing in mind, you're not always going to just be able to hatch a Digi-Egg. There are going to be plenty of times where you are going to need to play down a level 3 normally without evolving from a Digitama. So, bearing that in mind, why not? Why not play the 2 cost, which is both cheaper to get into play, while not really taking much of a hit in terms of power? Also, my apologies, it's not Ogremon, it's Gaburimon. It was on the screen and etc, but my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I misnamed the Digimon. Still not an expert on the individual Digimon, but I'm getting there. I am getting there. Now, we also see a full playset here of Tentomon. 3 costs to play, 0 to evolve, 2,000 power. But when you attack, it's an inheritable skill, so the Digimon that is evolved from it, when they attack, you rest one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 power or less. And it only works on really weak Digimon, but still, you can rest them, and that's pretty gosh darn good. We see a full 4 copies, a full playset of Palmon. When you play it normally, so this is another one that you're not looking to evolve from a Digitama, you're looking to evolve normally, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add a level 4 Digimon from them to your hand. And the theory here, of course, is that you play this down for 3 cost, but you draw the level 4 from the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you are essentially evolving up significantly faster as you go. This is a very, very nice thing indeed. And then we've got ourselves just 2 copies of Kokuamon. It's got an inheritable skill if this Digimon is level 6 or more, although remember there is nothing more than level 6 for green Digimon at the moment. You get security attack +1. Nice. It's not always going to work, but it means that when you get up to your level 6s, you can have extra security attack. That is a very good thing. So we've got 4 different options for level 3s. We've actually got 3 different options for level 4. Gotta kind of love the symmetry there. One of the ones we see here is Woodmon, and Woodmon, nice and simply, is just your blocker. It does that blocking thing. It lets you put it to rest and then redirect one of your opponent's attacks towards it. Nice. Now, it is the standard blocker. All the other colours got them in their starter set. You lose 2 memory when you attack. Woodmon here really isn't coming in as an attacker. That's not the point. Woodmon is here as a blocker. Woodmon is here so if there's a particular Digimon your opponent is trying to take down, or they've got a Digimon with a really high security attack, or whatever it might be, you're basically here going, no, it's alright, mate. I got this. Leave me alone. And that's a good thing. It's nice to have a blocker. I personally have no interest in making any decks that don't have blocker, but maybe that's just me. And then following on the theme from what we saw earlier, we've got a full 4 copies of Ogre Mom. When you evolve, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add a level 5 to your hand. So the plan here, of course, is you play Power Mom, and hopefully if you didn't have it already, in the top 3 cards of your deck is a Ogre Mom. So you then pay the 2 memory to evolve it, and if you didn't have it already, in the top 3 cards of your deck is a level 5, and it's just a way of evolving up and getting rolling much, much more easily. And then there is one more level 4. We are talking about Kabutory Mom. It's only 1 cost to evolve, which is really quite cheap. And it's got an inheritable skill. For every one of your opponent's rested Digimon, you get an extra 1000 power. So you've got all the ones that are naturally resting after attacking. We've already seen a couple of options for resting your opponent's Digimon. And the theory here, and there are others obviously, and the theory here very simply is, I'm going to boost up my big level 6s as we get there. We also see ourselves with a full 4 copies of Lilymon. Lilymon here's got an inheritable skill. When you attack, you rest one of your opponent's Digimon that doesn't have blocker. So like Tentomon here, we've got options for blocking. No, it's not perfect. Again, there is an appendix. Little extra thing to bear in mind, doesn't work on blockers, but outside of that you're resting Digimon and that's pretty cool. Now Lilymon is one of the level 5s we've seen. I didn't really call it out as a level 5, but it is. The other level 5 we've got here is Okuamon. Now this one, again, it's really just played for the inheritable skill here. To be fair, 2 cost to evolve level 5 really is not bad. We see that on Lilymon as well. But on your turn, if this Digimon destroys your opponent's Digimon, during battle, you gain an extra memory. Memory is good. Cards and memory, they are the resources of the Digimon trading card game. Draw cards, gain memory. So you destroy a Digimon, you gain an extra memory, and it does not say limited to once during your turn. So if you can end up attacking multiple times and taking down multiple Digimon with a level 6 that evolves from it, then you do get yourself lots of extra memory, and that is a very, very good thing. Now, moving into level 6s, we have 2, one that I quite like and one that I absolutely adore. The one that I quite like is Rosemon. Rosemon's got a really rather impressive skill, whereby on your opponent's turn, when they attack you or the security, if Rosemon is at rest, you get to rest one of your opponent's Digimon. So it's just a way of resting them all, quite frankly. And remember, they will then be resting coming into your turn, because you make Digimon active at the beginning of your turn. So if you're resting your opponent's Digimon on their turn, they're not going to be made active again until it comes back to their turn at the beginning. That means that they're all going to be resting, which means you can attack them. It also means that they're going to have more resting Digimon for all of the skills we've already mentioned. But the star of the deck here is Granguagamon, one of my very favourite Digimon cards we've seen so far. Now, it is a 13 cost, which is expensive, and it is a 4 cost to evolve, which is expensive. But having said that, you know, we got a level 4 that costs 1 to evolve. We've got a couple level 5s that only cost 2 to evolve, so it's not like we're paying over the odds for all our evolutions here. And on your turn, it's got 15,000 power, and it's got piercing. Piercing means that if you take out a resting Digimon, you get a security check. So generally, you either get a security check or you take out a resting Digimon. Piercing basically says, mate, why bother making the choice? Take out a resting Digimon, and then you get to perform a security check as well. Now, as we move on into the option cards here, one of them, I mean, look, they're doing my combo. The combo I've been shouting about on this channel to anyone that will listen. Granguagamon with Dimension Scissor. Now, Dimension Scissor, there's you don't need a full 4 copies, right? There's only 2 copies because it's not always going to work. But it is a free cost card, and it says that until the end of your turn, one of your Digimon gets a skill. If this Digimon destroys an opponent's Digimon in battle, make it active. And this, if you get it rolling, just creates a ridiculous combo. So you've got your Granku Wagamon, right? It's got 15,000 power on your turn, 11 on your opponent's, but 15 on yours, and piercing. So you attack one of your opponent's Digimon. You take it out because you've got 15,000 power. You then get to perform a security check because of piercing, and you make yourself active because of Dimension Scissor. Bearing in mind, you're not really 15,000 power, because Kabuterimon is giving you an extra 1,000 power for every one of your opponent's resting Digimon. Maybe you've evolved from Kokuamon, and then you're actually getting security attack +1. So every time you take out a resting Digimon, you're also taking out 2 security cards, rather than 1, which is kind of ridiculous. Oh yeah, and every time, assuming you've evolved from Okuamon, every time you destroy a Digimon, bearing in mind you also make yourself active and get a security check, you also gain a memory, and you're going to have turns with Dimension Scissor where you take out 4 Digimon, performing a security check every turn. And then you make yourself active, so you can then perform a security check after, but you've also gained yourself like 4 memory, and it's just ridiculous. I'm convinced that the combination of Granku Wagamon and Dimension Scissor is broken. This is a really nice example of a deck that can make it work. Now, in terms of Tamer, we're playing the 4 cost here. We're playing Mimi Tachikawa, and there's a very good reason for it. It's ridiculous. Yes, it is a 4 cost, though remember the security skill. If you flip it as a security card, you play it for nothing. Yay! At the start of your turn, if you've got 1 or 2 memory, it gets boosted up to 3. That's a good thing. But also, during your turn, if you've got a level 5 or more green Digimon, you can rest this and then do the raising phase again. Either you hatch a Digimon, or you move a Digimon from the raising area into the battlefield. So at the beginning of your turn, you hatch a Digi-Egg, then you evolve it up, then you rest Mimi to bring it out, and now instead of hatching an egg every 2 turns, you're hatching an egg every turn. That gives you a ridiculous advantage. This is my kind of deck. I love Mimi Tachikawa. I love the Granku Wagamon Dimension Scissor combo, and this is basically taking advantage of the pair of them. I expect this to be the green deck generally, one of the very, very best decks moving forward, and having seen this really nice deck list made by one of the official dudes, it seemed only sensible that I bring it to you and explain why I'm so gosh darned excited about it. And let me be clear, ladies and gentlemen, I am very gosh darned excited about it. But now it's over to you guys. I'd like to know what you think. I'd like to know if you think this deck is as good as I think it is, or whether in fact you think it's a little bit overhyped. Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy, where we talk, well, Digimon and all kinds of other games. And do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all kinds of good things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.